Welcome to our channel. This is the fourth in my series on the end times. Here, I'm offering commentary on recent developments regarding the Great Antichrist. This is my final in this series and my 100th video. Most of my inspirations for these videos come during Mass and Adoration. After delivering this content for now 6 months, I ponder if I am doing this for myself or for others. Nevertheless, in my heart I know, if only one person is touched by these videos, then it has been all worth it. I've done my job. As mentioned before, everything here is based my discernment from many sources, varying from theologians, Bible experts, mystics, saints, and Catholic Doctrine. This is my opinion, but I will note sources when applicable. Let us first talk about sin and evil and their distinction. In moral terms, sin is the absence of a particular virtue in a person, the opposite of grace. As such, evil is not something that exists in itself, it is merely the absence of good. Sin occurs as a result of our free will, a personal choice to separate from God. Where evil is a force that surrounds us and may influence us to do wrong or not, a void we sometimes find ourselves entering. The Catechism of the Catholic Church challenges us not to get bogged down in the mystery that the devil exists or that God permits evil. There's no comparison between a finite creature, even a powerful demon, to the infinite, omniscient, omnipotent, almighty God. No matter what evil comes our way, the devil's power is limited, but God's is not. It is written that after the tribulation, there will be a new age, one of peace. An age without war and evil, called the millennial age. It's important to note that during this time without evil, sin remains. We are still on earth, it's not heaven. We are still people in our earthly bodies and capable of sin. The difference here is there will be peace and no evil, no demonic influences. God's presence will be stronger, but sin will still be possible. This brings us to the antichrists of the past and present. There is much discussion of who is and is an antichrist. First, we must realize there are many minor and great antichrists. As defined by St. Paul, an antichrist is a person or force seen as opposing Christ or his church. For example, Muhammad, the founder of Islam, wrote and preached that Jesus Christ is not the Son of God, but only a prophet. In addition, he denied the Trinity. These teachings are fundamentally the opposite of Christian teaching, so therefore is anti-Christian in its nature. The fact that he persuaded 30% of the world's population to his doctrine makes him a great antichrist. There's talk about other past leaders such as Napoleon and Hitler. I personally believe that Napoleon was not an antichrist, he was just a power-hungry and ambitious person. He was sinful but not necessarily an antichrist. Hitler, on the other hand, was similar to Napoleon in that he was also a power-hungry and ambitious person, but he crossed the line by persecuting Jews and Christians as part of his wrath. So, this distinction is Hitler acted against God and his people, where Napoleon did not. Hitler can be considered a minor antichrist. In our present time, it is very difficult to identify any such antichrists. People say that Barack Obama is an antichrist, but he has yet to perform any act directly against God and his people. Personally, I'm disturbed by some of his pro-Muslim and anti-Christian rhetoric, and the fact that he purchased 3 million guillotines in 2011, but these things don't make him an antichrist. He may be a minor antichrist candidate, we shall see. There's a Protestant theologian and author named Tim Cohen. He has spent the better part of his adult life researching who the great antichrist may be in our time. He makes a fairly good case for the newly crowned King Charles III as the great antichrist. Now, it's easy to say, Charles has not committed any atrocities or proclaimed anything opposing Christ or the Catholic Church. Any discussion is purely speculative. Nevertheless, Mr. Cohen presents some interesting facts. For example, as the King of Great Britain, he reigns over many countries and territories. Approximately 1/3 of the world, technically, is part of his sovereign kingdom. Check out Tim Cohen's book, called The Antichrist and a Cup of Tea. As a side note, please pray for Tim. He's very anti-Catholic. Please pray that he softens his heart towards our church. Thank you for watching. Please return for more videos like this.